Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my stream once again after a long time. So we're back streaming now in Sierra Chat. As I said, I spent the whole evening yesterday setting up all the levels and everything. I'm also be looking order flow now because Sierra Chat has order flow. And besides that, I'm gonna be watching as well Bookmap, which I have on another screen. I'm just gonna show you now. Basically, I'm gonna show you now. So this is the DOM and Bookmap Live. So the market has opened as I said, but I'm gonna. This is the high time frames. So basically, I'm gonna do a quick brief. So after yesterday failed breakdown and squeeze, we broke out. And last night we defended that breakout point, which is about here. You see this one? We defended it and we kept the overnight low intact and we traded high. Now the market is trying to push lower. Mancini had some levels here, which all were hidden off, except these two now. So, in my opinion, market will be looking to test higher. We have the yearly VWAP and the quarterly previous DVA low, which if I show you my this one screen, so basically here down behind my picture is the monthly. We don't care about because it's the first of the month, so it's the same as the intraday. A little bit higher though. Here we see the quarterly. We're trying to reach it now, which is bearish. And just above is the yearly VWAP, which I think is the final destinations of this move. If it holds above the yearly DVA low, which it should hold because it spent many days above it, so in theory it should hold. The weekly is quite bullish, so we expect probably, yeah. So if I see correct, we expect another test of the weekly because we see it's at the extremes, and now we may see some pullback here at the and test the weekly DVA high, which is about the same level as the yesterday's breakout point. Okay, if we see like structurally, we're getting in an area. We actually got already in an area. We broke into an area of trading, which has been massive, which has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9 days, 10 days, and came back to it. So it's 3, 6, 9, 10 days of trading. If I do this one, yeah, it should be all these days. I'm not sure why it's so wide. Maybe I have included this price as well, but this one should be included because it broke out but returned. Let me see if happens if I merge all together. Yeah, I merge all together in a big area, but I think I shouldn't. Actually, what I'm gonna do is undo all merges in this profile, and I'm gonna do only these days. Begin only these days, and okay, and I'm gonna adjust the. Sorry, I'm just doing it now on the spot. I just realized. it's a mistake to include this stage because here we had a breakout. So I'm just gonna, okay, let's see, this is perfect. Yeah, so basically now we're just at the lower, we just entered, we opened inside, but now we try to get out. It's basically just about here. I think I'm, yeah, so basically we're with this area now, and the exact previous, the one below, if we see, if we make this 4 days, we see we're in another area below. So we maybe migrate there. Okay. Okay, so we lock that in. And I'm just gonna copy that drawing into my daily chart just in case. Okay, so this is chart number 2. Just gonna copy it. Okay, and now, yeah, as I said, just bullish until these levels, we hit these levels. And the market, I'm gonna show you now. It's what it tries to do. So here's my intraday chart. So basically the market, it finds strong support at the 56.33, which is just above the previous day high, which is here, and the CVA low, the multi-days, you see. What I'm be looking for now, then the market is trying to pressure it down. I'm not going to be trading any short here. What I'll be looking for is possible. If I see a long time spending here, I may try a long, but with minimum risk. But ideally, what I want to see is the market to break down, come here, test the overnight low, and then pop again and do a failed breakdown. That's my ideal scenario. Or if we keep above 56.50 for a long time, which is here. So if we keep here and build a self, then I can attend the long again. Another scenario, if this one doesn't hold the overnight low, is I'm gonna short it below the 56.86. Sorry, 55.86, which is above here. If we go down here, I'm gonna short only below here. Otherwise, I'm gonna be looking for longs, especially in these areas. Now there's nothing to do, to be honest. It's a lot of choppy area. And also, as we can see, we just hit the 10K, on cumulative delta. Haven't said it before because I wasn't using the Sierra chart, but the 10K, you see here, the 10K, 5K, and the 2.5K, but especially the 10K is a very significant mark in cumulative delta. If we break above, we can see we may see the cumulative delta to reach extraordinary numbers like 20K, 25K, which is in the trending day. So there is a chance today, if we break above, to see a trending day. Yeah, if we break above, I may set up a long, but this is a very dangerous area. No, it has set up a good base, to be honest. It's almost 20 minutes setting up a base here. Let's see. So the okay, cumulative delta just broke above the 10K. Let me see on the book map. Okay, I see orders coming. 56.50. Yes, 56.50. There's a big resistance there. And there's some algos as well. We see big orders coming. We saw an order of 180 coming. Okay, I think it's gonna break out. Yeah, it's testing it. Okay, it broke the imbalances. Let's see, I just watched the order flow now. There's some absorption there. I think we're going for a trending day today. We went to 11K cumulative delta, and it keeps pushing. So the orders are keep coming. I'm not fan of the breakouts, but let's see. We had some big orders coming now, but they didn't push the market very low. So let's see. Ideally, if we go back inside and hold again for a third time, I'm going to be placing a long from here. Okay, now it holds at the intraday VPOC. We may see the breakout now. It's very likely. After the retest at the VPOC. Okay, I saw there are no stops there. They removed the stops. So we may see a breakout now. And I don't see any significant stops after that. Yes, the market orders are keep coming. There's been no stop. There was just some absorption. The sellers are pushing very hard there, but they won't be able to stop. And I'm going in. So I'm gonna take Okay, I'm gonna take my first two orders. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, as I said, because the sellers are insane here. Just leaving a big gap here just in case the sellers are very aggressive, but I think it's gonna break in the end. Okay, let's see. The sellers are very aggressive. They're absorbing all the buyers. It's a very risky to go like this now. Because the sellers are very pushing now. Okay, I think we're gonna see a trading day today. 12K, you can see here down, 12K, almost 13K, 13K non-stop orders coming. It's insane. As soon as we clear the overnight high, I think the most difficult is to go at the overnight high. That's why I put my stop loss here. Sorry, my first taking profit here. Ideally, I should have been entering here, but I wasn't sure if it's gonna do a failed breakdown lower. So now it's basically those who entered here, which was the ideal entry, they are selling now at the DVA high, and I tried to go along there. I tried to predict the breakout. So let's see. I see buyers keep pushing. Probably it's a minor pullback. It's not the ideal setup. I don't really like these setups, to be honest. So what I was saying before is that most of the professionals, they got entered here, and now they took this trade, and now they are taking profits off at the DVA high. That's why we see the sell-off now. I'm gonna flatten my position at 3% losses, because I suspect it's gonna keep selling. Yeah, we have some news in 5 minutes, by the way. So we have news in 5 minutes. I think it's CPI. Okay, there are new stops building now at 56.53. Okay, now we're just waiting for the news. If we didn't have the news, I could try and long from here, like from this area. But we have the news, so we'll probably with the news we're gonna see some testing of these lows, and maybe we'll see the failed breakdown we're looking for. I don't really like the setups I had before, like the breakouts. For that reason, I like to enter early. But here I wasn't sure if it's gonna continue down, so that's why I didn't put any order. But ideally, uh, that would be a nice trade to take of about that would be like 15-20 points. Okay, we see the news testing the previous day high, but no failed breakdown yet. And let's see. We see it tested the previous day high and it can't break above the previous day, the DVA high, sorry. Just been ranging. We saw a small pullback at cumulative delta, but now it's going up again. At 12K, there's been like a massive absorption of the buyers. Let's see. Many stops have been triggered during this one. I need to wait now and clearly see a breakout. If we break out, I'm not gonna attempt probably to go again long here. I'm gonna be waiting and see if we're gonna break the overnight high at least. Or if we do a failed breakdown here, I'm just gonna go long. By the way, it's 3 o'clock here, and there's a lot of heat. Yeah, so what I did before is I shouldn't have risked the normal amount of contracts on this breakout. As I know, breakouts, they're quite difficult to catch, especially within range. So it wasn't the best decision, but even if it was the best decision, it's not one of my best setups. I should have risked probably 1 micro only. But yeah, we live and learn, I guess. I see some absorption from the sellers right there. You see the buyers keep pushing, but they're getting absorbed. So just looking at the bookmap now to see. So big orders are coming up, 110 just came in. Buyers, but they can't buy the market there. Because there's been this area, DVA is gonna be a lot of choppiness. High time frame wise, we're still at the monthly previous DVA low. So we haven't fully accepted, we're just at the borderline now. What I'm expecting to see is at some point we're gonna go lower and test and do the fail breakdown at the overnight low at 56.15. It's gonna take some time because the buyers are really pushing it today. I'm happy to stop as it is now. I have only 3% drawdown. Just not bad. Uh, I don't want to risk any longs from here, even though it seems it holds. We may see, because if you see the cumulative delta, right here, it's been stable, and we don't know if it's gonna keep going up or if it's gonna go down any trace. Even though it's very bullish, but we see we can't go bullish because we've seen all this all these orders from here, they all got absorbed. The price should have been here now and not here, you see. Yeah, so Montini says that the first post squeeze base is underway. After 160-point trend leg from yesterday's fair breakdown long, we see the 56.50, 56.36. So yeah, so basically like this area is choppy. Dawn of a trade, no relative 56.50 recovers. So we need to see some price action here, building a base or something to put a trade in. And then it says 56.20, 56.10. So 56.20, 56.10 are the targets below. Liquid drop. The delta tries to break out again. They're insane sellers. Okay, there's a lot of bids coming now. But I'm not interested in entering unless we see to build some base like this base as we did here, or even better, break the overnight high. It's one of those sessions, I guess. Even though we had, even though we have some good news from the tech section. If I'll show you. Yeah, so if I show you, we go to the tech company. Okay, we see that that Meta had some really good earnings, 42 billion in sales. Amazon is about to invest 4 billion in the rural America deliveries. So generally, they were like, you know, good news. It's just it hasn't been printed on the market yet. Well, it has been printed on the orders. It's just a lot of absorption. Just waiting to see some clearance from the sellers, especially this area. We see we are like at almost 14K plus on the cumulative delta. We're still what? We're still just above the VWAP, just still within the DVA. Other days, if we had this kind of cumulative delta, we would be like 2 hours trending now. It is what it is, I guess. We have to be patient. It, it would probably have been a good idea to enter out this one, as I've seen this base holds for almost 45 minutes. So it seems to be a good place to place a long. But the sellers are very aggressive today, so and it's very choppy as well, so I might as well wait. I think I'm gonna be placing. I think I'm going with 1 micro. Let's see. Massive orders are coming. Okay, we're testing a bearish level here at 56, 58. Let's see if we can clear it. There's some pullback. There's 120 contracts sitting at 56.60, just about here. Yeah, that would have been a nice entry here. I would have already about 20 points. But this is something to review on my later. Just need to give them some space now if we're gonna break from the overnight high. What I'm going to do, I'm already in drawdown. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna leave just one contract runner from now on. Okay, with one contract. Okay. Yeah, what I'm gonna be doing is entering with one contract only and a bit wider stop, but not now. After we broke, sorry, after we break above the overnight highs. What I want to see if it happens is a retest of the DVA high, like this. Yes. If it does this, I'm going to be entering here. If it's not, I'm going to be waiting to cross around this level and take my first profits there. Or basically like hold it. I have the feeling I'm going to go with 3 contracts again because I have the feeling that when it breaks from the overnight high, it's going to pop up very hard. And I want to take some really good profits. It has built up some really good days. Long time, actually, long time for 2.5 hours. Okay, so we see some absorption in the overnight high. So let's see if we're gonna have any breakout. Okay, I'm just trying the volume candles, and it seems they are very detailed. But I like it. I like it how they look, because you can see all the. Okay, let's see if we're gonna have if the DV high is gonna hold. I'm gonna be looking to enter here. I take my first profits at the major here. But not yet. It's a bit dangerous to take it here, the trade, because it's very close to the overnight high. So let's see if we're gonna see a pullback. So there's no level, there's nothing there now to hold. I don't see anything there. I see something 56, 56.50. Yeah, I see something here, but I don't see the DVA high. Now I'm watching the order flow to see if we're gonna have a breakout from this range. I may enter. Okay, I'm entering now with a tight stop. Well, not quite tight, but and I'm going to be taking the first two. That was a bit risky entry. Yeah, here's some absorption, but probably they're going to break. Okay, I took my first profits, and now I'm just going to leave a runner wherever it takes us. I'm going to put my previous, the stop of this runner of the previous swing, and I'm just going to let it run now. I wanted to go a little bit lower here, but just wanted some confirmation. In this way I did it now. I avoided getting into the a very risky again breakout, even though it seems to be working. Okay, now we have a very nice base to place our stop loss. We have two touch here, so just waiting now to see. There's a lot of volume coming, so we may see a nice day today. Okay, so now we see price have retested the overnight high. Now it's trying to break the POC, the point of control. We may see some pullback here. That's why haven't raised yet I'm gonna raise it my stop loss after we're getting to the major, close to the major. Now we see some absorption from the sellers that's trying to break. Just remember we need to give some room for the price to develop. So it's going very well now. Because I have the impression it's gonna go to the full test 5760s. So I want to see price now. So we are already at the extremes of the VWAP, by the way, broken out. So we see a retest of the overnight high now. If this one fails, there's no longer for me interest of keeping. So I'm just following the process now. I could have taken here, but as I know, there wasn't like a proper pullback this one. So that's why I didn't trail it. But if it falls below this point, I'm no longer interested. So it almost hit the first target, which was 56.72. So now I'm allowed to raise a little bit my stop loss below this one. And I'm gonna do another coffee. You see price is struggling now to break, but it's going well. There's a lot of volume coming now. We're already at the 16K delta and it keeps pushing. I've seen days going into 20K, 23K delta. So it can go higher if it wants to. If we retest the VPOC, I'm gonna take it there. If we retest and it comes back, so I'm not gonna be waiting for another pullback. Okay. Just to make it a little bit clear, my let's see if it's gonna break. This is some good volume coming. In theory, it must break. Okay. I see some absorption there. I'm not gonna allow it to take another dip. Actually, I'm gonna follow my process. My process tells me to put it below the previous pullback, which was there. So I'm just gonna follow my process now. If I'm gonna lose it, so be it. I followed my process. And that's what matters in the end. Because imagine if you've been taken out here and the price does only a small pullback here, and you're out here and the price continues here, and then you will think, oh, I didn't follow my process, but that's why. So it's all about following the process. If that means, lower profits, so be it. There's some big absorption there. It hasn't properly broke the VWAP. Because there's a proper pullback now. It has formed. You can see it here. So there's a proper pullback. Okay, and I was taking out 1.5%. It would have been much better if I hadn't done the mistake before. Anyway, that's it for me today. I have half an hour left before I go to work. I have half an hour left before I go to work, and I need to do a few things. So you have a nice trading day, and I hope you do better trading than me. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow again, same time, same place. And you take care in the meanwhile, and we'll